because YouTube likes to send out the notifications all late and everything. So let me pull my deal up over here. So we are live. And
You all set?
and let's get this
Happy
together
holidays.
here. All right, there we go. Notifications going out. All that good stuff. All right, so all right. What's going on, party people? This is your man Griff, and we got the Get Fresh crew here. Back in the 80s, we used to have groups called the Get Fresh crew. So we got Judi Lawrence rolling on up in here, and we got Amy, and I keep forgetting the kids, and I keep wanting to call them Trevor or Austin or
Mason.
See, I've never been good with names. I sit there when my wife got on me, the guy name was Jake, and I kept calling him Jack and stuff. And I'm talking to him for like 20 minutes. Yeah, Jack. And my wife kept trying. And I wondered what she was doing. She kept signaling me, and I didn't know what she was doing. And then she like, I was trying to let you know his name was Jake, not Jack. I was like, oh.
I'm bad with names too.
Yeah, and even today I had a lady, her last name was hyphenated with Jordan something, and I kept putting that down. I kept writing her name, the beginning of her name, as Jordan instead of her real first name, and I was like, oh. So last night when I was prepping the docs, I had to reprint a lot of them because I kept putting her last name Jordan as first, because my wife over the years has worked with people, the students, cosmetology students, and their names tend to always be Jordan, the first name. So that was stuck in my head. So I had a lot of reprints to do. So we got our people coming on up in here. So we got the Philly Social coming on at the end of this wonderful year. And I tell you, we got it the September the 29th through October the 1st. And here we are, party people. So this is what we got going on, and we are excited about it. And they got me to be able to come up out of Virginia.
Yay.
And everything. And thanks. And we got a new member to my YouTube channel. Thank you there, Miss Jenny Barn here. Janine, I'm messing the name. Miss Barn here. See, I want to say G9 or G9E, and I'm just gonna mess it all up. So this is where I need the wife. I'm serious. Just have her talking in my ear, telling me how to pronounce people's name. She always teasing me, saying I should have got on hooked on phonics when I was a kid and stuff. So she's a new YouTube member, so appreciate you there. Ada, All-Star Mobile Notary. Shannon, she's good. Maybe Shannon, because she's up there in New York, so maybe she'll be able to slide down. And we got our man Q here. So we're going to start with you, Miss Judi Lawrence. Tell us what y'all got going on with the third annual Philly Social for 2023.
Well, it's going to be fabulous. It was fabulous last year, but we have bigger space. We have much bigger space. So this year we have room for some vendors, and we have breakout rooms. So we'll be able to spread out a little bit more.
Gotcha.
We have a wonderful list of speakers. We have leading it off will be Bill Soroka, and we have Bill and Laura, and we have Judy Gold from Washington, and Lori Ham from Montana, and Lori Morgan from Indiana, and we have Amy Seitz from Ohio, and Judi Lawrence from Philadelphia, and Vanessa Terry from Virginia. And we are like rocking and rolling with people that want to come, and I am excited about it. So the two things that I wanted to tell you, and then I'll turn it over to Amy. Hey, Griff, can you go down a little bit? Because there's a list, and I may have forgotten someone, and I don't want to forget anyone. So just a little bit more. Okay. All right. No, go back up a little bit. So I did. Oh, Celicia. So see, I knew I would forget. Celicia Young Jones is coming from Florida. She will talk about wedding officiants, and we've got like a lot of people, and we're really excited. So there's two things I want to tell you.
Hmm.
First of all, early bird special tickets are available, and that is cool because you save some money. We also have something called button bird tickets, and button bird tickets, we had these beautiful buttons that we gave out last year, and we're going to be giving them out again this year. Here's a button. Here's a button. I'm going to show you if I can get back on this chair. How come I can't make it? I can't make you see it. There it goes. See the
There we
button?
go. Yep.
All right, see the button? And so we told everybody that if you kept your button and you showed it to us, we would give you another 10% off this year. So Amy nicknamed it a button bird special. So we have an early bird special and we have a button bird special. We also have one price if you want to bring your significant other or your partner or
Hmm.
somebody who doesn't maybe necessarily want to do all the notary learning part of it, but wants to do the social part of it. We also have one price for somebody who only wants to come for one day. So just take a look at it, see what you think, and then I'm going to turn this over to Amy to talk about the Who's Who directory because this is something new this year. And so I'm going to turn that over to Amy and Mason. Mason, are you going to be in the Who's Who directory?
Maybe.
Oh yeah. All right. Here's some more names: Sue Hope, Ebony Locke. I said Vanessa. I said all you guys. Jennifer Garland. Jennifer Garland's going to be there. So you see, when I try to do things without looking at my list, what happens to me? But I just want you to know that we are so excited about this all star lineup. And so Amy, would you like to talk about the Who's Who directory that we decided to have for this year, which I don't think anybody's going to not want to do this.
Yeah, forgive me if it gets a little loud here. So, in the agenda that is going to be given out to all of the attendees and sponsors, at the end of it, we're going to have an option for attendees to list their name, business information, basically the data on their business card. So everyone can walk away with contact information to expand their network. I told you it's going to get loud. And you can also purchase access if you aren't able to attend but want to be part of that takeaway from the Philly social event. It doesn't even have to be notary related. We need businesses from any kind of industry in our daily lives. I mean, any kind and every kind of thing that's national, could be helpful. And it would be a fantastic way, even if you can't come, to still be remembered. In addition to that, Judy, I'm going to hand it back off
Okay.
to you.
What I was going to say is, in addition to that, we're going to post it on social media after the event is over. And I also want to say one more thing, and then I know Griff has lots of other people he needs to talk to, our original party man. But I do want to say that every year we have a closing party, and it's really good. And last year, as some of you may remember, uh, Bill wasn't able to make it into Philly because he was pretty sick. And Bill is back on track and doing wonderful. And so the closing party is going to be a combination of a closing party and a happy birthday party because the 28th is his birthday. So if you want to come and wish Bill a happy birthday, have a drink, and join us, that's something else that I wanted to let you know. I'm available for questions. So if you have any and you want to text me or call me, please do. We'd like to see all of you join us. It was really fun last year. We're going to have some free time for you, so you'll be able to see some sites around Philadelphia. And I think that does it. Griff, do you have any questions that you want to ask or anything you want to tell anybody?
Yeah, well, well, first of all, it's going to be a great event. Third year, And I guess the question will be, I know you always like to have other special side events and get-togethers for people to do. So what do you got planned this year?
We're doing it a little different this year because before I always made it so that like everybody was going to go do something together,
Mm-hmm.
and this year we're doing it a little bit different. So 3 o'clock on Saturday, when we're done our speeches and our learning,
Right.
from 3 to 6, we're going to have things you can do. One of us will go with you to the Rocky Steps. One of us will go with you if you want to go see the Liberty Bell or go to a museum. We're gonna give it out, but we're gonna kind of take like let groups go. Last year, the best thing we did, one of the best things we did, was we all took a walk to Love Park. It's a little
Okay.
park right near me, and
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, and I didn't do it, but for whatever reason, they had a band in the park, and they were playing jazz, and we all were dancing and having so much fun, and we have some great pictures. So if a group of people want to take a walk to Love Park, we'll do that. And then we're going to let everybody know that at 6 o'clock, we'll be in a certain place. So if you want to come have drinks and a bite to
Mm-hmm.
eat, that's where we'll be. And if that's not what you want to do, we'll give you 4 or 5 other suggestions as to really cool places. I do want to say
Mm-hmm.
where we are is like no cars. You don't need it. Just get
Okay.
to the airport, take an Uber, and from then on in, you'll either walk or take a quick Uber because everything's in right in the city, right? Everything's walking distance, or if you don't like to walk, you can grab an Uber. So that's what we're going to do this year. Last year, we hired a bus and we had the bus downstairs, and then some people wanted to do the bus, and some people were actually asking the bus driver if they could come get them at another time. So we just decided to change it up a little bit. And I know some people wouldn't want to be in Center City, Philadelphia, and not see the Rocky Steps.
Right.
I mean, the Rocky Steps is really great. So if I get enough people that want to see the Rocky Steps, we'll get a van and we'll get
Okay.
people and we'll go up and we'll go see the Rocky Steps. I just want to know what everybody wants to do, and then Amy and I will make it work.
Gotcha. So
We'll,
if y'all got any specific questions, feel free to ask. And if y'all have any ideas of sightseeing opportunities, put them in the chat, in the chat now, or just drop a comment, comment on the page. So now for kids, I mean, I guess the question is any kids
for kids,
thingy,
for kids, there's
nothing.
something called the Please Touch Museum
Mm-hmm.
where they can go and they can touch everything and have fun and play. There's the Franklin Institute if they're a little bit older. The
Gotcha.
Franklin Institute is fantastic. Um, all the kids love to go down and see the Liberty Bell with the crack in it, and Betsy Ross's house and all that. So yeah, I mean, if you have kids and you're making this a little bit of a vacation, yeah, there's a lot to do in Philly. And what is it? And the zoo's not far, but for the zoo, Diane just said the zoo, but for the zoo, they would have to leave for the whole day. But if you wanted to come a day early or
Right.
stay a day late, you
Mm-hmm.
could go to the zoo. There's just a lot of things going on here. And really, what I would love is, and somebody's saying, how about a tour of Broad and Olney? Um, I bet you there's a hop on the bus tour of Broad and Olney. I'll write that down and I'll find out. I will.
Yeah, that was cute. He was saying he was just kidding. My wife, she grew up around that Broad and Albany part.
I don't know. Maybe somebody wants to go to Broad and Olney. I don't know.
Yeah, Broad. No,
Okay,
that's up there by the top of the subway line over
I
there by
know.
Marvine Street and LaSalle
But I don't
College.
know. There is, by the way, a hop on the bus. There's a ticket you can buy, and you can hop on the bus, and you can hop on the bus and go to different places at different times. So I'm waiting to see. Amy and I are hopefully tonight are going to finish the itinerary with
Gotcha.
the choices, and we're going to post them. And we're going to ask people to check the box. Do you want to go see the Rocky Steps? Do you want to go to Love Park? What do you want to do? And once we see what the majority of people want to do, we'll make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well, that's good. So
What do
this
you want to
looks
do,
like,
Griff? What do you want to do, Griff? Besides,
oh man,
what do you want to do?
oh shoot.
Come on, you're a party person.
Is this his first time to Philadelphia?
No, no, I've been to Philly many, many times because my
Oh,
wife has family that lives up there.
okay. Okay.
So we're gonna be. I know she's gonna be spending some time visiting them because it's been a while since she's seen them and
Okay.
everything. And the fun thing I like to do when I go to Philly is like to go into one of those high octane cheesesteaks shops
Oh, yeah.
and then mess with them by ordering a cheese, chicken, and turkey steak
Oh, they hate that.
all together. They don't like that.
They don't
They're
like
like,
that.
what? They hate that. I'm like, yeah, I want a cheesesteak with some turkey in it and some chicken in it. And they looking at me like, you ain't from here, are you? Nah, I ain't.
Well,
But always got to get me a stromboli.
last year was funny because we brought in chicken cheesesteaks.
Mm.
Um, one of the people said that they thought that if we were going to bring in Philly cheesesteaks, they weren't hot enough. So therefore, what we'll have to do this year is when we have the off time, if a whole bunch of people want to go down and get Philly cheesesteaks, nothing is far.
No.
No,
The farthest anything is from, and I forgot to tell you, the venue, the hotel, you're going to be staying at the Doubletree Hotel. When you walk out of the Doubletree Hotel, it's 18 feet to the venue.
Gotcha.
So you can kind of sleep till the very last minute and then hop in and we'll have breakfast and we'll have lunch and we'll have snacks. So yeah, we've tried to think of everything, but if you guys have ideas, we are open to them. We
Gotcha.
definitely are.
So then I guess Amy, are you going to have a special room set up for any Ron notaries to take some last minute orders while they're there?
Well, I always have my office with me. You know, yep. I can carry my whole office on my back.
Amy's staying at my house for 3 days after the event because then we're going to another event, and Amy will be doing her run from this office.
Gotcha.
Well, I'll be doing facilitation, not notarization, but yes.
Gotcha.
Facilitation.
Yeah.
She'll be right here.
Yeah.
So we'll be having some fun, and so I think I've told you everything, and really a question, something that I haven't thought of. Somebody, Griff, can you put in my Judi at Lawrence Institute for Notaries.com?
Yeah.
One other thing we do got going on for this year too is I'm going to customize the Cyberize It phone app so that you can open it up and connect to local events and get walking directions and things, and then also have access to the agenda. And I know this looks weird, but he loves to bounce and it keeps him quiet.
And,
so,
and you forgot, and we're playing Notary Feud. So Amy's going to have a team, and I'm going to have a team, and we're playing Notary Feud just like Steve Harvey does it. We're going to say, survey says Amy's designing a board, and we're going to ask notary questions, and the winners are going to get some really cool prizes. So I think we told you.
And we'll be publishing all of the survey questions soon for everyone to answer.
Yep. So anyway, Griff, thanks for having us here.
No problem. Thank y'all for hopping on and everything. Appreciate y'all.
Bye-bye.
We got little.
Say bye-bye.
Bye,
We got little Bartholomew Earl Mason there, whatever his name is. I keep forgetting.
And everybody will see in Philly. Yay.
Well, y'all have a good one. Thanks for hopping on.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So, man, I'm excited about it. I'm excited. We're gonna enjoy that time, go up there, and me and the wife gets a chance to spend some time with family because it's been a while since we've been up that way. Kick it with my man Q, all that good stuff, and we're gonna have ourselves a nice time. So I'm excited. I don't even know what else to say except if you can be there, be there. I know Judi and Amy, they put together great events. So come up there to learn. And I'm gonna be one of the speakers. I'm gonna think of something to say. I don't know. I mean, I say so much on this thing here, but I have something to say. I mean, between now and then, trust me, something's gonna pop in the notary community, and I'm gonna have a lot to say about it and helping y'all move forward in this business. So, and even with the title today, as it's called, "What is holding you back?" I got to thinking about that even more and more because more recently, and well, actually, for this whole year, I've been hearing a lot of people having concerns or issues, or they have these little roadblocks and things of that nature that is stopping them from moving forward. It could be anything. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that was going on or that is going on, and they're like, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And I'm trying to encourage y'all to just go for it. Don't hold back. This is your business. There's no reason for you not to go forward. So give it a shot. And there's a lot of great support out here for you. So let's take this question here. I have a question. As a new notary, let's say I have a list of signing agencies I'm supposed to apply. Am I supposed to apply to each one individually? Now, that's a good question. With the signing companies, let me adjust my thing. I'm too low there. One of the things is that a lot of the signing companies are actually on signing order and SnapDocs. Okay. Those are the two places where the bulk of the individual signing companies are located, on signing order and SnapDocs. So with some of the companies, if you sign up, like let's say Coast to Coast, I think if you went to Coast website, it'll redirect you to signing order. Okay. I mean, not signing order, but to SnapDocs. And then like if you went to Comfortable Closings, which is Calvin Darville, he's on signing order. So if you go to them individually, some of them is just going to redirect you back to signing order and SnapDocs. So I encourage everybody to sign up on those two platforms. Go ahead on, get on those two platforms. And then that way you don't have to worry about each and every individual company. Now, with regards to trying to get with individual companies, because there are some out there, you need to make sure that they're still in business. If they're still in business, cool. Then you have to ask them, do you do business in my area? Because not every signing company does business in every area. Yes, there's the thought out there, just sign up with them, because if you just sign up, guess what? They might have that one or two signings in a year or once a month. That is true, but it's still your responsibility, and nothing wrong with you as the business owner asking, do you have business in my area? If you do, great. If you don't, okay, thank you. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. And it's just a smart thing to do. I mean, it's just like you're applying for a job and you want to know, do you have any open positions? If they're like, oh, nah, but apply anyway. It's like, okay, well, I can apply, but when do you plan on having some open position? Oh, that might be 8, 9 months, 10 months down the line. And then it's like, okay, I go through the whole process of applying for something that don't exist. Some people are like, nah, I'm not going to mess with that. So keep that in mind, but it's nothing wrong with signing up with multiple companies. I just think that when you're doing that and they're not in business, or they go out of business now, or even if they stay in business the next year, they want you to sign up again and again, or renew your information. Now you got 200-300 companies you got to send all of your information out to again and again, or spend time deciding which ones you're going to continue to work with, which ones are even still operating. And that's a whole lot to be going through. So I would say SnapDocs, signing order, signature closers, CX Choice, nationwide signing service. Those are the ones that I know solidly nationwide, and that they send me orders from time to time. And BankServe, And the bulk of my work comes from either signing order or snap docs. Those are the two. I would say almost 98% of my work comes from those two. And I just work with those, and then the other orders come through various different sources throughout the month. And then it says, oh, let me get to her again and get down. What is the best way to get someone to give you a chance if you don't have experience? Gene, be available, have your profile together, do general notary work, and put those in SnapDocs. That is exactly right. And I did a video a couple of days ago explaining the slowdown. So Gene, go back and look at that video called Understanding the Slowdown, or something that I called it, something to that effect. That video goes over that and talks about it in detail. I spent about 30 minutes really going over what's happening in the notary industry for as the slowdown. Now, if somebody disagrees with it or has some other information, then please share that with me so we can share it with everybody else. But right now, there are a lot of companies going out of business. There are a lot of companies that are connected to their connections are slowing down. The title company, the signing company connected to a title company, that's connected to a lender who doesn't do refinances anymore, that doesn't have other streams of income for as loan modification, debt settlements, purchases, sales, so forth and so on. All of that is affecting. And now you have, I was just looking at a video where, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he came out saying, big housing market guy, that telling people don't buy houses now. Don't buy houses and wait another 6 months or so. Yeah, that's right. And you got Notary Go. They're great to get started on. Emphasis on get started. Too many notaries get stuck on doing Notary Go stuff. I do know there's a company called Service Link out there. I haven't done anything with them. Old Republic, they're now, you can probably get with them directly. But here's the thing with Old Republic. They go to signingagent.com, which is the NNA's website, and that's how they find notaries. So if you need, that's why it's important to have a good profile. Have a great profile, and I'm telling you, and Gene, I did a video on the profile stuff, on how to have good profiles. And since you're a member, you got access to me to do some one-on-one talking and all of that. So I'll get you squared away and up to speed on all of that good stuff. So when you get a chance, just reach out to me, and I'll make sure you are squared away and answer any questions that you have. Okay. So with being held back, a lot of times the getting held back is most of the time a lack of knowledge. Excuse me. And also, that's right. And Captivated Marketing, they're offering profile writing, helping you with your profile. I'm not the best wordsmith, so you don't want me writing anything. So he'll help you out. He understands the economy of speech. I don't. You look at my profile is like, a mini novel, series and chapters and verses and suspense and who's going to do it and did the butler do it and all that kind of stuff in my profile. So you don't want me writing your profile. But right now it's about figuring out, okay, why am I not able to move forward? I want to move forward, but I'm stopping. And in some cases, there's nothing wrong with that. But now you got to get to the point of saying, okay, why am I? What is it that's holding me back? And once you sit back and say, okay, well, what's holding me back is this. Now, how do I address that? I mean, think about it in any relationship. Okay, well, what's messing me up? Well, this person who I'm dating, or this job, or this boss, or this, that, and the other. Okay, now we need to, well, now that we understand what the issue is, now we need to find a way to address it. And sometimes there's fear in addressing those issues, because when you address them, then you really got to make some hard decisions. And then if the person, and if who you're dealing with is somebody who you cool with, that can make it even harder. And then sometimes once you address it, there's a period of time where you might feel alone. That, oh man, it's just me out here, and what am I going to do? And now you got to do it yourself. And some people don't like that. And especially now with this social media era, everybody feels like I got to be social. I got to be connected to somebody. And my view on social is, when I'm around somebody, I'm social, I'm talking, I'm this, that, and the other. And Q asked the right question there. I'm nervous, I'm holding back, I don't have any excuses, you know. And the question again, Ashley, just simply, what are you nervous about concerning this? If somebody said right now, Ashley, at 5 o'clock on Monday, we got a loan closing for you, or 2 o'clock tomorrow, we have this will of power of attorney for you to do, and they're going to pay you the dollar amount that you want, regardless of whatever that is. The question then becomes, what is going to stop you from doing it? Why wouldn't you do it? What is the roadblock? What is holding you back? What is weighing you down from saying, let me go do it? And once you, so then, okay, get out of your own head. So even with that, there's something you're saying to yourself in your head. There's some thoughts going around. If the thought is, you're not good enough, you don't know what you're doing, how you can go to jail if you do it wrong, you do, what if they ask you a question? This, all of those are things that is running around in your head, and you have to somewhere along the line say, here's what it is, and then find a solution to it. So I might do it wrong. Okay, what could you do wrong? I might stamp wrong. Okay, well, let's figure out where. Okay, stamp. I did a video on that. Where do I stamp? Where do they sign? Where do I stamp? Okay, so is it an issue of where do I stamp on the document? Well, typically it's down there by the oops, sorry about this. Y'all know how I am. Orders be coming in while I'm doing this with y'all. I'm gonna say yes to that. Maybe I get it. It's a loan application. So that's the question. It's like, why don't I know how to do this? So if I don't know how to stamp, okay, then how do I figure out where to stamp? What if I miss a signature? Okay, then come up with a plan not to miss a signature. So the hard not to miss a signature, when you know where they're supposed to sign. They sign on the signature line, just like you sign on the signature line at your doctor's office. So you have these things going in your head, write them down, confess them out loud, and now say, okay, how do I figure out how to beat that? How do I figure out how not to let that happen again? What do I need to do? You don't need to buy, and in most cases, you don't need to buy another piece of training to do that. You don't need to spend 17 hours doing mock signings and mock signings and mock signings to do that. It's just, okay, don't miss a signature. Take my time. Pay attention. They're going to sign here. I do my thing. What do I stamp? What does your state law say? Your state law says, like Virginia, stamp as close as you can to the signature, to my signature. Okay, so I need to find a spot. You're not going to always see a stamp here or seal, but you know you need to stamp. And if there's an area, this huge, big area that, oh, maybe that's where my stamp goes. You see what I'm saying? Allow yourself to use the common sense and gut instincts that you have to figure out the issues that you're concerned about and that you're faced with. That's simply all you've been doing your whole adult life, and probably in your childhood life. And now it's time to bring that all the way over into the notary business. You see what I'm saying? You take your time, you focus, you don't get distracted, don't get into the mindset of, let me hurry up and get out of here. You have that going on, you're bound to make mistakes. So identify what it is that you could do. You're in your head. Okay, sometimes it's hard to get out of your head, but what are you saying while you up in here? What are you saying about this? And let's just take it a step further. And this is for anybody. If there's some personal issues for his confidence and self-belief and assurance that you have, a lot of times that has nothing to do with the notary, because that means you could have these issues irregardless of the business that you're doing. So if you have self-confidence issues, low self-esteem, we've all dealt with this at some point in time in our life. And if those are things that you're dealing with, if you got a spouse or a family member who's critical of you, and you're worried that if I fail at this, all they're going to do at the Thanksgiving table is make fun of me. All of that is in your head. So again, you identified it. Now, how do I not make the mistake? What do I need to do not to make the mistake? I need to figure out a plan not to be in that situation come Thanksgiving. That's how you need to do it, or more closely for the Memorial Day get together or 4th of July that's coming up. So what do I need to do? I'm in my head because of, okay, this is what the issue is. Got it. Now I got a plan, and then you go attack it, and then you be successful. So Ghost says, I've taken and gotten any essentials. I need to take what I've learned and follow what Griff is saying and get it done. Correct. And then says, I was just about to say that you don't need to keep purchasing training. I used to be nervous too. I just looked at the doc several times, tapped them, and said, I can do this. That is correct. I would say don't spend no more money on training. Now, of course, people my YouTube members, that's some coins that you spend in there. But honestly, you're going to get more from me. I'm just going to be straight up with you. You're going to get more from me because you're going to get, if you can't move forward after spending some time with me, then maybe this ain't the business for you. But trust me, if you spend some time with me, and then I got my man Q and I got Mathurin, who can also provide you some good insight. I'm telling you, if you can't get going forward with after dealing with us and kicking it with us, then this might not be the business for you at this time. Okay. At this time, you might need to take a little step back and work on some internal things up here and in here. Identify the exterior issues that are plaguing you at this moment and come up with a plan to deal with those so that you can clear things out and then move forward. And then you can be much more successful, even faster. And don't feel pressure that, oh, I got to do it now, when there might be things that you don't have correct. Okay. You don't have everything to where it needs to be. Let's get those things straight so that when you move forward in this business or even any other business, you can. That's really what it's about. And that's why a lot of people can fail in business, no different than people failing in their marital relationships, because they hopped out here and they didn't have their stuff together. The old, it's not you, it's me. I got things I'm dealing with. I got this, I got that, and I can't focus and be all of who I need to be for you in this relationship. And that's what probably is happening with a lot of us when we when we try to do business. We push through for a W-2, but with the business, it's like, So that's the kind of help that I try to provide for people so that you can move forward in the direction that you say you want to go with your business. The Notary Essentials course, I'm telling you, that Notary's Essentials is very, very good. It'll help you out. You're listening to the Notaries Unsealed podcast. We just dropping straight knowledge on there, helping people out. And we're not saying that you can't take training. You just got to make sure the training that you're taking is going to benefit you for what you're trying to do in your business. And that's with everything. You go to marriage counseling. You got to make sure the marriage counselor is going to help you out, because you don't. And that's one of the most men don't like going to marriage counseling, because sometimes the marriage counseling is slighted toward the wife, and the wife could be the problem. And then sometimes some ladies don't want to go to marriage counseling where there's a male who's a counselor, because he might show more favoritism to the husband and making excuses for him. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a man who's a player and then the daggone counselor is a player, player to player, yo, man, you see what I'm saying? You want it to be fair. You see what I'm saying? So you could be a little iffy about going to certain places to get help if you don't think that you're going to get the right help. So whatever training you take, you want to make sure that it's really going to help you. But whether counseling or training, you got to go in there with a plan. Okay, baby, we're going to counseling to resolve these 3 issues. And then after we get this, then we'll deal with the next issues, and then the next, and then the next, and everything. What's going on there, Jeff? You see what I'm saying? You know, again, when it comes to training, if you have not gotten it together within you, okay, you haven't gotten it together within you, that when you gain knowledge, you're going to go execute that knowledge. You can take all the training you want and you'll never move anywhere. So it doesn't matter whether you kick it with me, Q, or whoever. If it's in you to keep providing roadblocks, to keep weighing yourself down, holding yourself back, it doesn't matter how many pieces of training you take. You're never going to move forward because you haven't gotten together within you how to overcome these deficits and move forward in the opportunity. And that's them saying for today, 7:30. I know I'm all over the place, y'all. So that's 7:30. So I got that loan application at 7:30. So, and I know with doing these closings and stuff, you're going into the unknown for is knowing everything that you're going to be faced with. But one thing that you do know is you're going to be faced with notarial certificates. And as I've always said, if you know how to do the notarial certificates, you'll be fine. The issue becomes when you don't know how to do the notarial certificates, but you're worrying about how to explain the documents. And then when it comes time for you to show what you know how to do, you don't really know how to do it because you never learned how to do it. You learn how to talk a lot of slick stuff about the documents, but not learn how to notarize what you're supposed to do. So that's the key. That is the key. So it's nothing wrong with training, but let's just face it. The majority of people in this notary business have things within them that is holding them back from executing any part of the training that they took, whether the training was good or bad or anything. And I would say a lot of the training for what the training is supposed to be for is good. The marketing, I would say, for the most part, is good, maybe just locally in their area, and it might not be good in your area because you may have some other rules and regulations that can stop you from marketing and doing certain things that they can do in their state or their county. But the thing is, if you have something within you that's holding you back, you're just spending your money and wasting time thinking that you're going to find something that's going to be you proof. Okay. YOUPROOF, meaning the piece of information is so powerful that no matter what issues you have within you, it's going to overpower you and make you go out here and do it and be successful. That's what a lot of people are looking for. You're looking for a piece of information that can overpower the deficiencies you have in your own self-confidence and your willingness to follow through with stuff. It's going to be so powerful that it's just going to take you dragging, kicking and screaming across the success line. And then next thing you know, like, wow, I'm successful as a notary, but it brought you kicking and screaming. I just had no choice but to be successful because this one piece of information. To me, I don't think it exists. I really don't think that kind of stuff exists. You have to deal with your concerns, your fears, your issues, and have people around you that can support you. They can't drag you across the finish line. They can't force you, because if they try to push you and then you're like, oh, no, I ain't ready yet. Just like trying to get, somebody into going into water and stuff. Oh, no. They can swim. They're like, well, I know how to swim, but okay, that's a little too deep, But if you got people supporting you, the little float things or whatever, got the lifeguards, you got things around you like, okay, I'm willing to take a chance. And that's the part that's missing. So even though everybody always talking about having notary buddies, the question is, will your notary buddy really be there for you when you need them to without asking you for money? Will your notary buddy be there for you when you really need them to be without asking you for money? That's the question of the day. Can you be there? Because we already know right now the way things are structured in this notary business. People say, I'll help you, give me money. And they won't provide you really with any kind of help whatsoever. And the money and what they are asking for is way more than what the value of what they're telling you. So that becomes a huge issue. And that's what my concern is. I'm not saying a person can't charge for something, but not everything needs to be charged. You see what I'm saying? That's why when I'm up here, you don't hear me talking about, cash apping me and this, that, and the other. I don't ask for that kind of stuff. I don't tell people to hit what the thing called now, the super thanks and all that. I don't do that. I mean, if you do, that's fine. That's on you. But that's not my goal. My goal is to provide you with information that can help you move forward because you've already expelled so much money to all this other stuff and you're still stuck. You're still stuck. You still got the ball and chain on you. So I'm trying to find a way to get that ball and chain off of you, to get some Crisco oil around your ankle so your foot can slip out of it or something. I'm trying to help you to move forward, and it don't always have to cost money to move forward in success. Okay, it doesn't always have to. There's a little bit of money, but it doesn't always. Every step has to cost you $200, $300, or told that this is a $3,100 course, but it's for $59 a day. It's still costing you money. And then you take the course and you're like, dang, okay, you know what? If I really would have focused, I could have figured this out on my own. And that's the sad part. And then you still aren't moving forward. So even if you realize you overpaid for something, the question then becomes, are you going to do the work? Are you going to go out there and do it? And it doesn't make sense in any way, shape, or form that human beings are spending whatever amount of money they are to be in the notary business, and then they turn around and I'm not going to do it because I'm scared. But none of y'all, here's another question of the day, and this will be the question for the weekend. Many of you have spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on college education, but you weren't scared to go out there and get a W-2. You fight to get a job in your industry. You get mad because I took college and I became a molecular engineer. I always say that word wrong. I don't know why I keep trying to use that as an example and messing that word up. But you say I became a molecular engineer, and doggone it, I'm gonna find me a job in that field. So you spend money to go to college and you fight tooth and nail to get a W-2. You spend money to learn stuff for your business, to be an entrepreneur, and you sit there floundering like a fish out of water saying, I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, I need more help. Oh, I need more help. And you make excuses not to execute what you spent money for as an entrepreneur, but you don't take any excuses when it comes to your W-2. Matter of fact, your kid go to college and they say, you know what? I don't want to do that no more. And you're like, yes, you are. I done spent this money. You're going to take your little happy butt right over there and you're going to be that pediatrician. You're going to be that dental tech. You're going to be that school teacher. You're going to be ... You're going to go do it when it comes to W-2. But an entrepreneur, you think about it, more people, more family members and friends, they are so much more doubtful about you or even themselves being an entrepreneur, but they sit there and believe that without a college education, they can roll up and get a job as CEO. They can be shift manager. They can be regional distribution manager. And they ain't got college. They're like, man, I don't need no college. I know what I'm doing. I can figure it out. But you become a notary and I can't figure out how to fill out this notarial certificate. I don't know what's that? Oh, $250 for a course on how to fill out notarial certificates. Yeah, sign me up. Wait a minute. They took that information from Griff's website on Griff Video. You mean to tell me all I had to do is just do what Griff said in his video instead of paying them $250 just to sit here and give me information that they stole from Griff or they stole from the NNA out of Notary Essentials? This is what's going on. And all of this is holding you back. It's stopping you from moving forward because you're coming up with excuses why you can't move forward as an entrepreneur. Okay? But let somebody slap a job on your plate right now saying, hey, look, we got this job for district regional manager number 3. You know, we have 3 levels. And we'll bring you in as a number 3. And if you do right within 4 years, you can move up to level 2. And within 7 years after that, you can move up to number 1. So you're sitting here willing to do what, 11 years just to get to the number 1 spot and make whatever dollar amount they're saying when you can put that same energy into your business. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand why you feel the W-2 is so precious that you got to do that, but when you say you want to be an entrepreneur, it doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. Listen, Mr. Griff Q Marathon, he will get you going in the right direction. That is true. What they need to do is stop wasting time on all these so-called trainings and send him vacant houses and get paid if he buys it. Yeah, he's paying people for sending him vacant house information because he does real estate also, and he can even walk them through it for free. Or they stole Griff's training's name and advertise it as their own. Yep, we got that going on too. So you got all these things going on, but here's the thing. This is the beautiful part about all of this, y'all. The moment you decide to get out of your head, to get out of your own way, and to trust your gut and to trust the knowledge that you've gained, whether it came from me or from somebody else, and put forth some kind of effort to execute it. The moment you do that, there's certain chemicals that get released within your heart and mind and your brain and every part of your body. And it says, okay, now, boom, you start seeing things differently. And then you start realizing that, okay, I can do this. Wait a minute. That's what the issue is. Now I got it. Okay, I won't make that mistake again. Oh, you know what? I was going down the right path. But sometimes things can't move forward until you move forward. If you can't move forward, then that which you need to help you to move forward can't be released in you to keep you going forward. So if you go head on and move forward, then that which you need that already resides in you can then be released to help you move forward even more. So go forward in this. One of my favorite movies was Meet the Robinsons. And they always kept saying in that whole movie, keep moving forward. Kept talking about going forward, keep moving forward. One of the best books that you can read from John Maxwell, Failing Forward, talks about how you fail, but you fail forward into your next opportunity, your next level of success. You're going to fail, but fail going forward. And the problem is many of you are concerned about failing, and you're concerned about the ridicule that you're going to get from failing. You got family members, you got other people who are going to ridicule you and talk smack about you because they deem you as a failure. And here's the crazy part. Within your own heart and mind, you already know you're not a failure. You know this is just a part of the process to great prosperity and great success. But you got them in your ear. You're giving too much attention to them, and you're worried about what they're going to think and say because they deem what you did as a failure. You know it's not a failure. You know it's just a minor setback. You know it's just a little speed bump. But because they look at it as an all-out failure, you don't want to hear that mess out of their mouth. Well, sometimes you need to hear their mess out of their mouth so that way later on they can eat their own words. Let them talk smack. Let them say what they got to say. But guess what? When you do what you got to do and then you get to the other side, see, they only see right here. They only see the here and now, but you already see the future. So you can't sit there and base what you do on somebody who only sees the here and now and they don't see your future. You see your future, but you're hearing their present. So when you hear their present, it's affecting your future. Stop listening to their present and go forward in what you already see in your future. This is what business is about. This is what life is about. And when you can do that, oh my goodness, you will see so much more success in your life. You will be just completely amazed. I'm telling you right now. So hold on one second. Oops. So that's what you need to do. Move forward. If you go forward, come on now. You're going to be all right. You got it in you. That's the beautiful thing about it. And I've talked to many of you. And when I've talked to y'all and I've listened and I'm like, man, they got this. But almost every single one of you, you got the words of somebody else. You got some voices in your head that's telling you, oh, this is what this is really about. This is what you need to do. But your gut is saying, I don't know. And you're spending too much time trying to definitively figure out whether what they said to you is BS. If your BS alert, then just go ahead on and keep moving. Don't worry. You're worried that, oh, if I don't do what they say, if I don't try what they said, but I think what they're saying is a bunch of bull, I might miss out on the big payday. You ain't gonna miss out on the big payday. The payday is there. You ain't gonna miss out on it. Because you know what? They ain't even got the big payday. And the money that they're making might be suspect. Might be suspect. You trying to be a notary and go out here and meet people and do the notarizations, and they sitting up here telling you this, but they making all their money off of selling courses. Well, we ain't even in the same category. They making 10 times more money selling courses than doing the notary. Okay, well, so I don't really want to sell courses. I don't really want to teach and train people. That ain't my personality. Help me do the business as a notary. But you can do so much more. I want to do this. And when somebody can't support you in that what you desire to do, you don't need to be around them. If they can't support you in that what you desire to do, you do not need to be around them. I want to just go do general notary work. But if you did loan closing, I want to do loan closing. But if you did power attorneys and estates, I just want to do Ron. But if you did this, okay, can you support me in that what I desire to do at this point in time in my life without making me feel bad about it and demanding that I do something else? If you can't do that, you need to bounce. It's that simple. You tell that to that dude, you tell that to that girl, you tell that to that job. You need to do that in your W-2. I mean, in your business. You do it in your W-2, you need to do it here. Tell them, leave me alone. Here's where I'm at. I don't want to be the executive secretary. I don't want to be a shift manager. I just want to come in, do what I got to do because I got a plan to make X amount of dollars for the next 5 years so I can put my kids through college. I don't need the headache of being a manager. I don't want that. You need to have that same tenacity with your entrepreneurship. Now, if I'm wrong in what I'm saying, I stand corrected. But this is what I've learned in my own life. So what I can simply say is that what I've said is correct for me. If you feel it's correct for you, put forth effort to try it out. And if it's not fit for you, it don't mean that I'm some knucklehead. It just means it's not fit for you. If you need to have 15 streams of income, and that I was about to end, that's it. That right now is what I think is hurting the majority of notaries. You're too focused on all of these streams of income, and you can't focus on any one thing. You're too focused on all these streams of income, and you can't focus on just one thing to get good at. You're basically being mediocre at multiple things, and you can't even be good. And I ain't talking about great, just good at one thing. So think about it. Get good at one, but you're afraid that if I don't hop on these others, I'm gonna miss those paydays, them paychecks, that money coming in. The money's still gonna be there. It's gonna be there. But you worried that you're gonna miss. So okay, I'm starting to, that's a notary. Oh, but now I'm over here. Now I'm over there. Now I'm doing it. Oh, be this and be that and do this and do that. It's like when you're dating somebody and dude, like, well, I like girls who are tall, but I also like them short. I also like them light skinned. I also like them dark skinned. I also like them a little thick. I also like, okay, pick somebody. Who do you pick? You can't be with all of us. Okay, we ain't doing all that. Same thing with a girl. Well, I like a thug dude, but I also like a dude that's real sophisticated, that's in college, a professor type. But I also like them really, really rich guys. I ain't too. I mean, I like the little fake rapper dudes too. Girl, okay, you can't be. Pick one. Pick one. The one is all you need for success. Right now, too many people are saying it's the many that defines you as a success, but it's the one. All you need is one championship to be considered a champion. After that, they just call you a 2-time, a 3-time champion, but you can't be a 2 and 3-time unless you first been a 1-time. Are you a 1-time champion in entrepreneurship in the thing that you desire to do? But you're trying to be all of this other entrepreneur, 17, 18, 19 streams of income. And if you can handle it, and some people are doing it, but I guarantee you, it took them time. And many of you are doing it too fast. You're doing it too fast and you can't handle the workload. And you're burnt out and you're stressed. And then when you go do your notary, you're making all kind of mistakes and this, that, and the other, getting blacklisted. So be good in the one, and the rest will come. Doesn't matter whether you won the championship in 85 and then the next time you got it in 97. Now you're a 2-time champion. Doesn't matter the distance in between them. 2-time champion is 2-time champion. This year in 2023, I'm being focused on notary. In 2025, wedding efficient. 2026, Ron, whatever. But guess what? It works. If you're in it for the long haul, if you're in it for fast, quick cash, then yeah, you're going to be sitting up here with all these tentacles going everywhere, burning yourself out, messing your family up and all that good stuff. But that's a you decision. I made mine. Many others have made theirs. You decide how you want to roll and deal with the consequences. So I appreciate y'all left and right. I love working with y'all. I love doing everything I can to help y'all, all of that stuff. So if you got any comments or anything, hit them in there. Hit the like button because YouTube be tripping now. They don't like to share the video if you ain't hit the like button. So hit the like button. Let everybody know that you like the video, all this, that, and the other. Make a comment or something and everything. And feel free to share. Throw it in your Facebook groups. Now, just keep in mind, if you put it in some of these Facebook groups that don't like me, they're going to kick you out. So if you don't mind if you want to find a way to part ways from a certain Facebook group, put my video up in there and watch how fast they kick you out. All right. Y'all I'll talk with y'all later. Appreciate you. Y'all some wonderful people. I'm serious. Y'all are really, really wonderful, wonderful human beings. And y'all going to be successful. Y'all going to be all right. So don't be afraid. It's going to come to pass. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.